Welcome.
Thank you. It's lovely to be here.
So congratulations, girlfriend. You've done it.
I
You've
know.
done it.
It's a bit insane, to be honest. Like 4 years ago, I was out with the first knee injury, and now 4 years later, I'm on roll, which is weird.
Okay, where are you from? Let's start there.
Okay, so I'm from Wales in the UK, like the tiniest little town in a mountain. Like, no one goes there. No one ever leaves, really. It's like few and far between ever leave. And now, like, travel the world doing really cool things when I didn't even think I'd leave the town.
So it's a small little town in Wales, but how long are the names on the street signs?
Oh. They're not too bad. They're not too bad there, but the further you go, like, to the cities, they just get longer and longer and longer. And I give up, to be honest. I'm going up north, I'm going west. I can't do it. I can't pronounce it myself.
So you're from this little town in Wales. Where did professional wrestling come from? Where did you find it?
So my grandfather was a big fan, and his mother was a big fan of, like, World of Sport with Mick McManus, Giant Haystacks and all that. And when I was a kid, my mother wouldn't really let me watch it. It wasn't that she was like, you can never watch it. Like, please don't watch it. It's quite violent. And my nan was just really against it. She was like, no, we're not watching it in this house. You're not watching it. So when she'd go out to the kitchen to make dinner, he'd, like, stick her on the TV, and, like, as soon as she comes back in, he's, like, trying to turn it over, and sometimes he couldn't do it quick enough, so she'd smack him with, like, a newspaper or something.
Oh my God.
She'd be like, why are you showing her this? But he never changed. He'd record her on VHS and then whack her in the TV when she's gone downtown to do shopping as well. Proper old Welsh couple they were.
I love it. So he was your introduction then into professional wrestling.
He was my introduction and my biggest inspiration to this date, because he was such a genuine nice guy, and all he wanted me to do was succeed in life. Like, he knew I wasn't very intelligent school-wise. He's like, you're very physical, you can do sports, you're really good at sports, let's get you down that route. And I was like, nice, at least someone understands that maths isn't for me.
Well, I think, like, our school system, it's not indicative of work ethic and creativity and drive. And I think it's such a terrible scale to rate somebody, because I think today's top CEOs and entrepreneurs, they don't have a proper education, most of them. Like, it's the outside the box thinking that's what gets you places.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the Welsh education system is pretty terrible.
Is it?
My sister got really lucky. She's the intelligent one in the family, whereas I'm just, like, good at physical stuff. It's just like,
hey,
okay.
Stop talking about my friend like that. I'm not into it. You are beautiful, you're intelligent, and you're athletic. You're all those things. So
that's weird. Taylor Wilde just called me beautiful. That's weird.
You are. Okay, so what's granddad's name?
It was Verdon.
Verdon?
Yeah. He's got a lot of names. Like, his real name is Francis, but everyone called him Verdon or Sam. So it's very difficult. It's Welsh. Everyone's just like, we'll call you multiple names, and you just stick with one.
So where did you find your first training school?
I was Googling when I first started trying to find a school, and I couldn't find one for love nor money. And then I found one that was like an hour and a bit away.
Okay.
And then after going there for a year and a half, I actually found one that was like 20 minutes from my house.
Oh, no way!
I had no idea. Only because I came across one of the guys that ran it, who was now one of my best friends. Okay. He was like, you do know I have a school, right? Like, just down the road. I was like, well, that makes it easier to get there. I can at least get a train to this one. And instead of, like, dragging my mother out to bed going, we've got to go.
How old were you when you started training?
I was 16. Yeah, 16.
That's so young.
Yeah. It's like half regret, but half okay, because, like, now my body feels like I'm 60 instead of 27.
No. I understand that. I get it. But starting young, I don't know. It's like your body, that's all it becomes. Like, that's all it understands. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. When you look at people like Pete Dunne, who started when he was 12, it's insane.
But then you look at Paige, and she started, was 13 maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
And, well, you know, everyone's different. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
her story didn't end great for her body. But,
No.
you know, we just keep plugging on. It's what we do. We're going to do it no matter what. So
Exactly. We love this too much to give it up.
yeah. And I always say when people question me, like, why do you do that? You know, you're 35. How did you get back into it? And I think to myself, I could step on a patch of ice outside my house and break my neck. You don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm very clumsy. I often hurt myself doing things. I hurt myself more in real life than I do in wrestling. So
I like that. I like that too. I'm like so sure-footed in the ring, but you give me a glass of red wine and it's going everywhere.
Oh yeah, all over the white couch. Everywhere.
Yeah, and that's before I even consumed it. I can't even blame it on the wine. It's just...
Yeah, I tipped my drink all over my bed last night. I was like, oh God.
You're like me then. You're drinking wine in bed. Yep.
Yeah, 100%.
So tell me about, okay, so here you are. You've made it. You are part of the WWE family, the WWE brand, NXT. It is a completely different beast now, NXT. You have this incredible performance center. I know how the wrestling part of it goes, but I know that there's so many other facilities within the wellness center, or the performance center, excuse me.
Yeah.
Have you used a lot of those other options that are there?
Oh, definitely. You know, they had the promo room, which was really good. You could just cut promo after promo after promo and just watch it all back, get feedback of all the coaches, which is great. The gym is amazing with the strength coach Sean. It's incredible. Like, I've never seen something like that, or as much equipment as that. You used to like a dumbbell and a band, whereas now it's like, hey, here's this massive machine that you can do squats on that doesn't involve you loading up your back. You're like, what are these things? But like on top of that, like what I found the performance center really good for is they're very into people's mental health. So at one point during the second knee surgery, I was in a really bad place, and I told one of the coaches, and within hours I was in a therapy session with one of their people. Like, it was all so quick, and they just want to help make your mind right, because if your mind's not right, then nothing else is going to be right. So
absolutely,
it's like, it's good to have a place where you can do that sort of stuff and be like, oh, I'm having a bad day, they've given me this therapist, I'm going to take full advantage of it. And it helped a lot. It helped so much.
Great. I think that's the biggest thing that, you know, I always want to bring light back to is, you know, talking about our mental health. We do so much for our physical, and, you know, suffering a physical trauma has such a mental component to it. So it's pretty incredible that they're giving you both sides of it.
Oh yes, like the medical facility is great. Like, all their doctors are fantastic, but having that mental help as well was next level. Like, you'd never experience that in the indies or in anywhere else.
No.
Really. It was cool. It was really cool to see that how quick they worked on it as well.
And going back to the independent scene, how long were you on the indies before you got signed?
I think it was just over 4 years or just under 5. So I was pretty new still, but because Wales and the UK scene at the time was really small, I was doing shows everywhere, and like one of the more prominent female stars in the UK was.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm really sorry. 1 second. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm just doing an interview. Sorry. No. I'm so sorry.
That's all good.
I just had groceries delivered, and
Me too, like 20 minutes ago.
They're like I sent them a message. They never read the messages. I'm just like, leave it at the fucking door. I apologize. Sorry.
That's all good. All good.
So talking about getting signed, you were saying in Wales the way it works.
Yeah, it was like, it's so small. Like in Wales at the time, there was 2 promotions.
Okay.
But there was a few more around the UK that I was on every weekend. Like one weekend I was in Wales, next one I was up in Scotland. Like it was, or even the next day I was up in Scotland. It was very few and far between women's wrestlers in the UK at the time. And then I was going to Japan and Malta and Romania and France and like all over, like just because the UK scene at the time was so small. Like, but now it's booming. Like it's crazy to just go on Twitter and be like, oh, this person's from the UK, oh, this person's Welsh, that's cool. But it was always nice to be known as like the first Welsh woman to get signed. Like, that's pretty cool.
That's huge.
Yeah. Like we had Mason Ryan and obviously Mandrews and Flash Morgan Webster in NXT UK. But being the first Welsh woman to be here is still cool and really surreal.
Absolutely.
After 5 years of the indies.
That's incredible. I hope you've had, like, this has been a whirlwind. 5 years is not a long time, but
No.
I hope you've had a moment to be like, holy shit.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few. When I watch back my old matches going, why did I do that? What are you doing? That's a bit dumb. No wonder your body hurts.
Well,
it's like I wouldn't change it for the world. Like that was me then, and now I'm like older, a little bit more like, hey, you've only got one body. Let's chill out.
that bump card only has so many punches.
Oh, I think I used them all, to be honest.
I say developmental took 2 years off mine easily.
Oh God. It's just so hard when you're going to be like, okay, we're going to do this drill. No, I don't want to. That really hurts. Please stop.
Your body's literally going, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you.
Well, they did 4 times, you know. And he's went, nah, we're done. We don't want to do this no more.
So I don't want to focus too much on it, but let's talk about your injuries.
Oh, yeah, they were quite a few.
What have been like the big ones? What are like...
So I didn't really get hurt on the indies. Like I snapped my collarbone once and like, you know, the odd finger break or nose break, which is, you know, it comes part and parcel. But within a week or 2 weeks, we weren't allowed in the ring the first week. Second week, I tore my right ACL.
Oh my God.
Like as soon as I was getting there, we were getting ready for the first Mae Young, and then it just tore in the middle of class. There was no like crazy thing that I did. Me and Dakota Kai locked up, and my knee just went and just exploded.
And that was it.
That was it. We locked up and we twisted, and my right foot stood pointed forward. My body turned left, and it just went nope, and just like popped out. Wow. And just luckily that one was just the ACL, and it took me 10 months to come back from there, just because we had like it wasn't like a problem, like it wouldn't bend a whole lot, so we just had to get that like bend back in there. And then the second one was during the second Mae Young. I did a dive onto Rhea Ripley, which I've done hundreds of times, and the ramp was really, really long at the time, and I overshot it, and my left toes landed on the ramp, but my heel was on the squishy floor. So like my knee just went to the side, popped out of socket, and popped back in as it like hit the floor.
Same knee or other knee?
Opposite knee. So then I tore my ACL, MCL, both meniscus, and I broke part of my tibia as well.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that one just exploded on me.
Oh my, did you think at any point like that's it?
Yeah, like I carried on with the match for a few more minutes. I was like, I know, like Doc said I can wrestle without an ACL. Like he told me that before, it's fine. That's all I thought it was ACL, so I carried on going. And then I took a drop kick off Rhea, and there's a photo where you can see that my knee is starting to pop out of socket again as I'm taking the bump. And then I was lying on the floor and I just screamed, I can't do this again. Like I just couldn't do it again.
Jesus.
And that one took me out for a year because of everything that had to be fixed, and I had to go in and have a knee scope during it as well to like clean it all out. And then came back after a year, wrestled Dakota in a street fight, in a cage match, did war games, you know, I had this big, like the entire storyline with Dakota. We didn't know that I didn't have an ACL again. Like at some point during the rehab process, it just popped out out to the hole and just got mangled up, and we had no idea.
Oh my God.
Because like it was really surreal. It just wouldn't bend. So I told the doc, I was like, hey, like it's been a year and it's still not bending. No, almost 2 years. It's still not bending. He's like, let's get an MRI to check. Let's just see what's going on.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, you haven't had an ACL for like 2 years.
Jeez.
Like, oh wow.
Well,
Okay.
no, that explains that.
I was like, well, yep. All right, so what are we going to do about this? He was like, well, surgery. I was like, do we have to? He's like, yes, you're 27. You're 25. You're going to get surgery. I was like, okay.
Oh my.
Fine. And then come back from that, and a week later I'm on SmackDown.
Unbelievable.
I was like, what is going on? Like, didn't you see what happened the last 3 times? What are we doing here?
They believe in you. Your knees, they have a different idea about what's going on, but everyone else.
I know. I mean, the knees feel great now. Now they're attached. They feel fantastic.
You probably have the world's most expensive knees.
I think so. I should get like insurance on them or something.
Like J-Lo insured her ass. You should insure your knees.
Yeah. Watch them be the things that never get injured again. It'll be everything else.
For sure.
They'll never get hurt again.
For sure. That's a terrible idea. Don't insure them. That's that's definitely like fucking with the universe, and the universe would be like, no.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is with the Mae Young Classic, but I swear to God that tournament was like kryptonite to certain women. I told Tony Storm this a while ago, but I was invited to that first Mae Young Classic. Yeah. And I hadn't been wrestling. This was like, what are we? At 6-7 years retired. And I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, you don't get this opportunity all the time. WWE is going to run this all women's tournament. Like, this is, if there's any reason to get my ass out of retirement, this is it. So I started training, and, I'm a firefighter now, and I'm a lot stronger and healthier than I used to be. So I went to do, like, a run to the turnbuckle. Dude was going to pop me up, land on the top rope, and then I can't remember what I was going to do. So he pops me up, but, like, I overshot him. Like, I basically could have done it myself, I guess. And I overshot the turnbuckle, headbutted the beam. Cut here. Like, my face was all mangled completely. Like, I landed on my feet and I was like, I'm okay. But I was like, it was the first time I had post-concussion syndrome.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I was like, that's enough.
Oh my God.
I made it 6 years professionally with a career on TV. Here I am at 30 trying to get back in gear, and I like knock myself silly and I have to get my face glued shut. And I was like,
oh
nah.
my God. I'd have lost my shit if you'd walk through that PC. I'd be like, oh my God.
Well, everything happens for a reason, and I wasn't ready then, and still took me a few more years. I'm back now, and I'm, you know what? The career for a female wrestler is very different now. Like, 35 is not the kiss of death anymore. And I feel like I have a lot more to give. So, like, wasn't right then, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, it could be right now.
Maybe. Like, I like the idea of making you flip your shit if I walk through a door one day.
I would. I'd lose my mind. I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, can I go where she goes?
Well, I'd like to think we're friends now, so we can do this anytime, really.
Exactly. Yeah. Let's get this going.
So please tell me that your entire town has like a shrine dedicated to you now.
You'd think, but a girl from the town up next over, which is like 5 minutes away, she won gold in the Olympics this year, so she's the big star right now.
Oh,
How
God.
dare she be successful?
An Olympian, like, that's hard.
Oh, you do real fighting. Excuse me.
Is she a real fighter?
Yeah, she's a boxer.
Damn it.
I'd never tell her to her face. She'll knock me out. But I laugh.
I mean, girl power, but like, come on.
Yeah, I know. Give me some. I'm not even up in my school. Like, they got a picture of her, a picture of the singer. I'm not even in my school.
That is
like,
some bullshit. How are you? What?
I know.
Where are your friends and your family? What the hell?
Well, I didn't have any friends, to be honest.
I'm not laughing at you.
I can laugh now. It's not sad anymore.
Oh my God. God. So were you like introverted? Were you just like
I'm
more of a loner?
I'm just super shy. Like this is like really outgoing for me, and I'm kind of surprised by myself by how confident I'm being right now.
You're wonderful.
But, like, every other day, super like I'm shy. I hate making phone calls. Like I had to make a phone call to the rental car the other day. I was like, oh my God, like I couldn't do it. It's like, it's weird. If it's not text, I can't do it.
Oh yeah, I get it.
So I'm just like super shy, and then in school I was bullied for liking wrestling and wanting to be a wrestler. So I was excluded from everything. But then I was also a really good soccer player. So when it was Steph the soccer player is like, oh, we like her. But when it was Steph the person that's like wrestling, oh, we don't like her, she's a weirdo. I'm like, oh, okay.
Interesting.
Cool. Yeah.
Interesting. So there's a lot of people that have seen your success, probably from your small town, that are going, wow.
Oh yeah, I get messages off them quite frequently. Can you say hello to this person? Can you go yourself? Thank you though. It's really nice to just go and leave on red.
I hate people. I love you. I love my brothers and sisters who are strange and misfitted, but man,
yeah,
people suck.
They really do. But it's nice to see them with like, you know, they're sitting in the same chair in the pub that they were when I left town, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I've traveled the world, did some really cool stuff, met some cool people. Like,
that's true.
You enjoy your life. Yes,
that's it. And I was just gonna say, you're enjoying your life, and you've left your town exactly where it is, and
exactly
your satisfaction comes from being happy, and that's the best fuck you can give someone. Just show you're happy.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do your family feel about you, Tegan Nox, the WWE superstar?
My nephew loves it.
Yeah.
But I'm not his favourite wrestler. I haven't even made the top 10, which is really upsetting.
Wow.
But he loves it. He's like, whenever I go home, he's like, Auntie Steffi, we're going to fight. And then I've just got a 7-year-old hanging around my neck. I'm like, please don't. Please don't. And now the youngest nephew's getting on it. Like, he'll pin his teddies and stuff and be like, Auntie Steffi, 1, 2, 3. I'm like, okay. And my sister's always been like super supportive of me, and I speak to her every day. But it's one of those ones where when we were kids, hated each other.
Oh yeah.
But now best friends. Can't go a day without speaking to each other.
That's like my sister and I actually live with my sister now, so.
Oh, there you go.
But
I wouldn't go that far with my sister. She can stay for a week.
It's not permanent. It's like, it's semi-permanent. We'll see. It's working out right now, but the same thing. We have a 5-year gap, so that, you know, when you're 12 and 17, you're in completely different worlds. So.
Oh yeah, it was like at the time she was the 4-year-older sister who would beat me up, and then as soon as my growth spurt hit, she was like, "I'm just gonna hurt you with words." I'm like, "Yes, you do. Yes, you do."
Oh, God. But it makes you stronger. You need that, like...
Yeah. That's what I take the bullying off my sister, I could take it off anyone.
That's what I tell my sister. I'm like, you're welcome. I did you a service. Like, you don't... Fuck the post-traumatic stress syndrome. Like, you're better because of my torment. You're welcome.
There you go. I'm pretty sure she'll listen to this and go, see? I told you.
It's because we got it so hard as the firstborn. Like, we couldn't get away with shit. And then the secondborn, your parents are just like, whatever.
Yeah.
So we...
Like, oh, Steph's hurt again. Here we go.
Oh, so what has been, like, the most, like, culture shock for you? Like, I know you've traveled the world, but moving somewhere is completely different.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just America is its own entity in itself. Like, it's quite terrifying. Like, you're allowed to do stuff that, you know, like guns and stuff. You're allowed to have one of them if you want one, or, you know, you can do all this stuff. But God forbid I say a curse word from the UK. I'm chastised over here. What?
It's just because they don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, oh, you can't say that. That's really disrespectful. But it means endearing in the UK. What do you mean? I think that's the biggest culture shock. It's like, oh, I can buy a gun around the corner, but I can't say this word. It's like, no.
That's really interesting, actually.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
Like, you go back home, like, I took my ex back home last Christmas, and she was like, why is everyone talking like this? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, this is how we talk. And then, like, come back here, and I go to her hometown, I'm like, why is there a gun on the wall? Why have you got this? Like, what?
Right.
It's like, you can't chastise me for us swearing that you got that hanging on your wall.
I know. But to them, that's not the same thing. Like, no. P's and Q. Actually, I shouldn't go too political. But yes, I agree with you 100%. Yeah. I will moderate what I was thinking. But yeah, like...
We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah, I got you. Now, are you, like, Tony, when I talked to her a few months ago, she's been there. She's been in Orlando now for at least a year and a half.
Yeah, I think so.
Almost, probably. She still has all her international plug points in the wall. She hasn't gotten American appliances. Tell me you're better than Tony.
Okay, it did take me about 2 years to do it, but only because I couldn't really afford to get, like, an American straightener.
She did her interview in the closet, and I was like, are those all your international plug points? She had like 50 things plugged in. I was like, oh.
That's the most Tony thing I've ever heard. I've known that woman for like 9 years. And that's Tony to a T.
She makes me laugh so much. She's just like, eh.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, fire hazard, who cares?
Yeah,
it's
whatever.
Cheaper.
Oh God, I just like it wasn't like on her radar, but that's all I could see in the background. And like maybe it's just because I've lived the same life. Like I know what it's like to go to Europe and be like, oh fuck, nothing works. You just got like 400 things plugged in. But she's living there now. She's been living there
for a very long time. I'm like, dude, you can get American stuff now. It's okay. No one's going to call you American. It's fine.
You make a lot of money. It's okay.
Get a plug, Tony. Get a plug.
I'm going to check in with her in like a year and be like, do you have plug points?
Oh, it'll still be the same. Still be the same. We were in LA like a couple of weeks ago just hanging out. And she was using the plug sockets up there. I was like, of course you are. Of course you are. We're in LA right now. Like we've managed to afford a trip to LA, but you're still using the plug socket. What are we doing?
Oh God, I don't know if anyone finds that as funny as we do, but whatever. You're gonna have to hear about it. Oh God, I feel like we could just keep going on and on about insulting Tony for the next 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, I feel like these people will come to listen about the knee story and stuff. It's like, nah, Tony with your plug sockets. Okay.
Coming back, we're getting back. Okay, I like to end every episode with my 10 tailor-made questions, which is like a speed round. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm not good at these, but I'm ready.
Okay, good. Name one beauty product you can't live without.
Oh, see, I'm not good at this. I don't even use any.
No, that's okay. Like, I ask men the same question. It could be like fucking deodorant. Don't panic. It's fine.
I don't know, like, my perfume. I like my perfume. It's a good smell.
Okay. Yeah, do you have a favorite right now?
Yeah, Bonbon by Victor and Rolf. It's really good.
Oh, I haven't
kind of smells like candy a little bit.
I like it. Good. What is your favorite exercise?
Walking my puppies.
Oh, what kind of puppies do you have?
I've got a pit bull and a golden retriever that has no hips.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like his mommy. He's just like, fuck it, I don't need hips.
Yeah, we're all just like, we're a bit messed up. The pit bull's been mentally unstable like me, and the other one's legs don't work, so there we go.
Keep it in the family, it's fine.
There we go, why not?
What is your biggest pet peeve?
People having no manners. It bugs me something rotten. Like, the thing that winds me up more than anything in the world is when I say thank you to someone, they just go, Oh, you've used the breath and the energy to go, You can say, you're welcome.
It's an American thing.
It drives me up the wall.
It's an American thing.
The wall.
We don't do that here. We don't do that here. I know. I hear you. They don't get it, though. They don't understand because that's how they've grown up. Like, it's not rude to say thank you and respond with, Like,
I'd always call my PT out in the first knee injury. I go, thanks. He's like, I'm like, say you're welcome. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, just say it.
Yeah, I have the same like tick for if I hold the door open for somebody or I let someone go and they say nothing.
Yeah.
I wait for them to go through and then I go, you're welcome.
Yeah. I feel like if you're not passive aggressive, they're just like, okay. It's like, I'm not doing it to help you. I'm just doing it to be a nice person.
Yeah, people. But then I thought, no, I'm doing it just because I'm trying to be nice, and I don't need them to tell me that I'm being nice. I'm gonna do it no matter what.
Yeah.
But it does a little bit. It does bother me still.
Yeah, you just want a little bit of acknowledgement. You're not asking him to like kiss the fool you walk on, but
Right.
like, thank you.
You're right. It's
I'll
a little.
take a thanks at this point, like a THX. I'll just take that. My God.
Oh, I get it. Who is your celebrity crush?
Oh, I've got a couple right now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so. Okay. Oh. Male, Tom Hiddleston.
Okay.
Female, Florence Pugh. Oh, she's beautiful. I watched a movie with her yesterday. It was a horror movie, but I wasn't scared because she was in. I was like, oh, you're just so pretty. I'll go for you. And I just totally forgot the premise of the movie. And then at the end, I was like, oh my God, you got stabbed in the neck. But look at you.
You're so pretty.
That's a power walk if I've ever seen one.
No one else has looked at the movie quite the same as you have.
No. I know my priorities are straight.
Yeah,
I am not.
That's fine. I want that to be your new t-shirt, please. Tegan Nox. Priorities are straight. I am not. With a rainbow. Actually, it's written in rainbow. Yeah.
There you go. I was just like, I'm half straight. Leave me alone.
Oh God, I don't think I've laughed so hard. I think it's because we think we're very funny. I think that's the
because we're
premise.
having a great time.
Okay, do you have a secret vice like drinking a glass of wine in the shower?
I drink rum in bed.
Perfect.
It's how I relax and watch Florence Pugh, apparently.
Perfect. That sounds like a great night.
There you go. It was fantastic yesterday. Until he went over my bed. But
Yeah, I get it. What is your favorite band or artist?
Ooh, Paramore. I love me some Paramore.
Nice, good choice.
Paramore and Neck Deep.
Okay, those
Yeah.
are your two ride or
Seen Neck
dies.
Deep. Yeah, I've seen Neck Deep a couple times. And I went to see Paramore. They were in Orlando just after I left for Christmas one year. And then they were in Cardiff the week after I left Cardiff to come back. And I was like, you can go. Screw yourselves. So I tried going to see Hayley Williams, and then COVID happened, and I couldn't see her. So it was, one day I'll see them.
Bummer.
I know.
Now, what wrestler has the best entrance music?
Oh, Kane. Hands down, Slow Chemical.
Kane.
Kane with the lyrics, though. It's gotta be Kane with the lyrics. If it's not Kane with the lyrics, then, the old Randy Orton song was a
Oh,
banger.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
That was a banger, with all the gold coming down. That was a good song.
What is your drink of choice? I think we've established that.
Rum and Diet Dr. Pepper.
Rum and Diet Dr. Pepper. It's very specific. I like that.
Yeah, like, it just tastes nice. I feel fancy when I drink it because I'm not like the girl from, like the child from the valley drinking a bottle of vodka and some Coke. I'm like, I've upgraded to rum and Dr. Pepper.
Do you have a fancy cup you drink it in?
I do. It's the I went to Halloween Horror Nights. It's like the Bride of Frankenstein one, but it's a cooler as well, so it stays really cold. I refuse to drink anything other than that. It's pretty good.
You're really living your best life.
I am. Sometimes I'll make even more fancy and drink out of my Harry Potter goblet. We don't know.
You have choices.
I do. Many of them.
What was your most embarrassing moment in the ring?
Ooh. The knee explosion was one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That was something.
Week one.
Yeah. Hello. I am Stephanie. There is a knee on the floor.
Funny, not funny.
No, but it is now.
Yeah,
I can laugh now. The pain is gone.
Yeah.
Physically. Mentally, we're still some way.
Yeah, fair.
We're working through it. We'll get there.
Okay, last one. finish this lyric. I should be over all the butterflies.
I'm into you. And even on the worst, I'm into you.
Yeah!
Oh my God. I'm the worst singer in the world, and also I got really hoarse at the same time, so I'm like,
I'm the worst singer in the world, and I really hate singing in front of people. So I added this to my podcast just to make myself uncomfortable, because
there you go.
if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing.
Exactly. I'm sweating now. Now that I've just sang on a podcast.
But just remember, it was I did the preface of the bad singing, so your singing is always going to sound better.
I don't know, but there was something in there then.
Where can our listeners find you on the interwebs?
Okay, so on Instagram and Twitter, I'm at Tegan Nox WWE _.
Yeah.
And the underscore is only there because someone will not give me the name.
Oh.
Someone took it, so I have to add the underscore, and it really winds me up.
Oh.
Just makes it awkward, you know? Why do you need my name?
Oh, well.
Go away.
The
Be yourself.
best form of flattery, I guess.
It's kind of irritating. I just want an easier name to be, hey, it's Tegan Nox WWE. No.
No. You can't have everything, okay?
No, life can't be that easy. I haven't gone through enough yet.
Oh, well, thank you so much. It was so lovely to meet you.
No, thank you for having me. This is insane still.